This is true grit.
Good morning guys, and welcome to the second video of the archery series. We are going to build our own draw board, and as usual we'll demonstrate that professional tools don't need to be expensive. In fact, let's start with the shopping list and you'll see how little money this draw board is going to cost you. Every single thing you're going to need for this project is linked in the description. As usual, don't just go and buy everything right away. Try to find as much material as possible without buying it. And gather all the material before you start the project, so once you start you can finish it, and follow each step carefully so you avoid making mistakes and wasting time and material. Of course, first off we're gonna need a board, and a 2x6 8 feet long, $7 at Home Depot is gonna be more than enough. We're then gonna need a winch, very easy to find on Amazon, $25–30 is good enough, link is in the description. The winch absolutely needs to be well redundant compared to the boat draw weight, and a 600-pound winch is good enough. And it has to be a two-way winch with a ratio of at least 3:1 or even more. The higher the better, the winch is more accurate. We're also gonna need the 2 3/4 inch floor flanges, a 3/4 inch pipe nipple, 4 inches long, and a 78 inches adhesive measuring tape, better if metal. Any double eye turnbuckle with at least 300-pound capacity. Any carabiner, 300-pound capacity minimum as well. And a bow scale. I will use an Allen. They're reliable, inexpensive, work great. Just make sure if you buy any other scale that it's able to record the peak weight, which regular scales usually don't do. Lastly, 8 1/4 inch T-nuts, 8 1/4 inch screws, 1.5 inches long, and just a little bit of foam insulating tape, and the shopping list is done. Let's start working. First of all, remove the winch drum so we can access the mounting holes on the bottom and install this handle. At one end of our 2x6 board, mark the middle. Place the center of the winch body exactly along the middle line using the bottom holes. Make sure that the handle clears the board, and then mark the back and the 2 front holes. Drill 3 1/4 inch holes at the marks that you just did. Flip the board over and install a T-nut at each end of the holes that you just did. Flip the board over again, place the winch body on top of the 3 holes, and install a 1/4 inch screw on each of the holes that you just drilled, and tighten the screws up all the way so that the winch is firmly secured to the board. Reinstall the winch drum, tightening it up accurately. Wet up the end of the winch cable and cut out the winch hook, which is too big for the work that we're gonna do with it, and replace it with any 300-pound capacity carabiner. Along the board, measure 5 feet from the winch, mark it, draw a perpendicular line, and cut our draw board at 5 feet from the winch. Flip the board around, and at the opposite edge from the winch, place the floor flange exactly in the middle of the board and mark the center hole and the 4 mounting holes. Drill 4 1/4 inch holes where you marked the 4 mounting holes. Flip the board around and install a T-nut at the end of each mounting hole. Turn the board face up again. Peel off 4 or 5 inches of the cover of our adhesive tape, and carefully place the 0 of our measure tape at the far end of the center hole of our floor flange. This way, when we place the bow on the draw board, we're going to make sure that the draw length is going to be measured exactly from the valley of the handle, which is going to be resting exactly against the outer edge of the pipe nipple. Place the floor flange on top of the 4 mounting holes and insert a 1/4 inch screw in each mounting hole and tie all of them up very firmly. Peel off the rest of the adhesive cover of our adhesive measure tape and place it along the middle line of the board all the way up to the winch and cut off the excess. Get the pipe nipple, clean it up with alcohol, and place 2 layers of foam insulating tape all around it. Trim off at least 1 inch of insulated tape on each side to expose the filing. Cover up the insulating tape with electric tape to reinforce it. Firmly screw all the way in the pipe nipple into the floor flange and place the other floor flange at the other edge of the pipe nipple. Then go back at the winch cable and add the double eye turnbuckle, another carabiner, and the scale. Our drop board is finished. We're gonna see in the next videos how to firmly fix it on the working bench and use it to work on our bow. Guys, if you like the videos, please support the channel with a like and subscribing.